Hey, Shalom, El Prezi Bashem Yashay, Bashem Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, a great millstone of rule well, and Shalom to the brothers out there doing the work of sincerity and truth. We've got this article in The Guardian, and it's pretty much going into how much of a mess, this country, Great Britain has basically walked itself into. Basically because this whole Brexit ordeal, more or less like it's a thing where it's a bit of a hot mess. Like, people don't really know what's going on, and it's like every other day you find out more and more bullshit that's gonna occur because of this. And now it's just kind of evident that it's like it seems like the way it's going, it's like the way the shit's sliding down the hill, it's like it's just gonna be a complete shit show, when the end of March comes about, and then like the Brexit occurs, like the more and more likely looking no-deal Brexit. So let me read this. It says UK food imports from the EU face $9 billion tariff £9 billion tariff bill under no-deal Brexit. It says the government expected next week to spell out its plans to mitigate a potential $9 billion food price shock from a no-deal Brexit, as analysts predict the cost of staples such as beef, cheddar, cheese and tomatoes could soar. But just over a month until the Brexit deadline, the Department of International Trade is expecting on Monday to publish the list of new import taxes or tariffs that will apply to 5,200 products, including food and clothing, should the UK crash out of the EU without a deal. Yeah, it's funny because I saw like a little infographic that showed like in Europe, I think like 38% of fruit trees, like for growing fruit, are basically in Spain. And then afterwards, I think it was like Italy and one other country. But it's basically like Britain was way down. And it's like a lot of these things, the thing is like Britain's a fucking island. So it's like there's a lot of things that you cannot get. Okay, you can get your fucking British line eggs. You can get your bacon. Brits love their bacon. Anything in a even motherfucking baked beans. Can you even get baked beans? Do they even make baked beans in England? A lot of shit in England is basically like is imported. So it's like if basically like once this Brexit thing are gone, then it's like them imports are just gonna be game over. And this shows how much of a shit show this is, and this is a thing where it's like this is exactly what the elites want. It's not by chance that it's like no deal Brexit, because the thing is no deal Brexit first meant like year and a half. Said, oh, okay, in case of no deal, like no, we'll definitely get a deal. We'll definitely get. And the thing is, it's been the same things that there's been disagreements on for the last 2 fucking years. So it was like from the beginning, it was like, oh well, we're not agreeing on this. It's like, oh, one side will have to give up something, and then it's like, okay, and now it's a fucking month away. So it's looking like it's gonna be a crash out. It's gonna be a hot mess, and that's basically the thing is, there's the implications. Is just pure destruction, basically. Gonna destroy the British economy, destroy like even Europe. We're gonna have a knock-on effect to Europe, because basically they're gonna have impacts of certain things that will be lost from the UK, and then certain market it's gonna, and then you got people that are living in the EU but they're British citizens. They're gonna be fucked. It's gonna be peak. It's gonna get peak for a lot of people, and that just shows that the elites are basically inviting destruction, because that's a big part. A big part of the New World Order is the destruction of everything that's been set up now. At order ab chaos, man. So order out of chaos. They basically want to bring the ultimate destruction upon everything they have here, and then bring in what they believe is their new order of the ages. But that's not going to be the thing that it's not going to go down like that. It's going to be, you know, destruction will be visited on this place. This place will get smashed. It will be destroyed. But then, like, the order that will come out of it will be, you know, Yahweh Hashem, I'll show the kingdom of heaven, man. It says what? The relationship with the EU is key to the price of food, because nearly 1/3 of the food eaten in the UK comes from the bloc. At this time of year, the situation is more acute because the UK produce out of season. With UK produce out of season, 9% of lettuces, 8% of tomatoes, and 7% of soft fruit is sourced from or via the EU. Food and drink tariff rates will be higher than those in any other supply chain, says Richard Lim, Chief Executive of Consulting Food and Retail Economics. All stages within the food supply chain will experience increased costs, with retailers hit disproportionately as processed goods attract higher duties than raw materials and semi-processed goods. So it's going to get even more fucked. Then, you know, your, I don't know, what's your cheese strings, your, what the fuck else, man? Some processed, I don't know, spam. Anything that's just like pre-packaged kind of like food, where it's not just like an onion or a banana, those are going to cost even more. And the thing is England has a terrible diet, awful diet. So that's gonna have a noticeable impact. It says what, in 2017 the UK bought about 34 billion of groceries from the EU, which are rather on supermarket shelves and at factory gates without being hit by customs, duties, or other trade costs. Yeah, and you just want to stop that, you dumb twats. Now you want to. So what you want is you want to pay custom on that 34 billion, you twats. And so where does the fucking 150 million for the NHS factor into that? Give me a break. It says, but if the UK leaves the EU without a deal, both will fall back on the World Trade Organization's most favoured nation tariff. Which means they must pay import duties on each other's trade. On that basis, the UK's 2017 EU food imports would come with a hefty 9.3 billion tariff on top, according to Retail Economics analysis. The worst case scenario is the most favoured nation rates for everything, explains William Bain, a policy advisor at the British Retail Consortium, who says even if the plan now is to cut tariffs on some products, time is running out for retailers to take action. We may see some movement on some products, but this is with 5 weeks to go. Yeah, that's because, there's no time. So it's a thing where it's going to be the worst case scenario. Bruv, these things are so meticulous and people are so fucking greedy and so just like want to eke out every last percentage of profit they can get. That it's going to be a thing where they're going to be haggling, and then it's just going to happen. So that it will be the worst case scenarios are going to be the things. Same thing. Look, on the highest level, the fucking actual goddamn Brexit deal is not even being agreed on. How much more so even the smaller meticulous things below? They're going to be, if they can't even like sit down and be like, okay, look, we're leaving the country, but let's just the basics, you know, just most basic. Two years to fresh out the most basic terms, and failed. How much more so when you say, oh no, but look, on this product, blah blah blah. I did look at my margins on this. I won't be able to make you say no. I'm sorry. Okay. Look, guys, let's take a break. Come back tomorrow. Yeah, we'll continue this. Man, on the phone for hours daily, mergers and acquisitions, all having some legendary conversations, just trying to work out how much to pay for some fucking peas, some eggs, and some beans. That's just how much of a mess this place is in, man. It says the BRC says increased tariffs and new regulatory checks in the event of a no-deal Brexit could increase the cost of sourcing some everyday food items by up to 45%. It says the retail organisation says, however, that it's hard to predict exactly what the impact would be on shoppers' pockets as a result of other factors such as currency movements and commodity markets. Yeah, so it's basically going to be a thing where it's going to be a fucking shit show. You know, people you're going to go in Tesco's. That's going to be on the ground, the most basic ground level. You're going to feel that. You go in Tesco one day, you buy a bottle of water, it's like 75p. Well, actually, let's not use water, let's use something. Okay. You buy a loaf of bread, because that's eggs, milk, that's all kinds of shit. We actually, well, I don't know if they grow it over here. Well, I don't know, man. You buy something and then that price is just going sky. You won't be coming in. You can be like, it was £1.89 one day. You come in the next day, it's £3.47. And you just like, what the fuck happened, man? And then you're like, oh, no deal Brexit, man. Fucking shit show. This, this basically just lets you know these elites are just, they're about just bringing it. They're about ending this place, man. They're about done. Because that just shows all these, all these structures that are up now, these systems as it has now. Esau's looking to end them. And the Lord's looking to end them, which is really the main reason why it's going to be smashed. The Lord's like, yo, fuck this place. And it says, let me read this, man. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Yeah, Esau's coming down. These elites are coming down with that great wrath. That's why we're seeing the destruction happening upon Britain with that Brexit. That's what we're seeing in the States, man. Trump's in there. You had the government locked up. Trump declared a state of emergency to get the funding for the war. And that's basically these, extreme measures are occurring, man. And that's basically cracking the fabric of the, of this society, which is going to result in this destruction, man, which is what the elites want. They don't realize they're falling into the plans of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Say all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kadash. Don't want to see Apostle, others GreatMillStone. Shalom. For the brothers out there, man. Shalom.